thank you for joining me this evening. The time is currently 7:13 p.m. Central, and you have a live look at a strong tornado on the ground. Not there in Cove City, sorry. Down here near Spearman, Texas, alright? We did just have a tornado, unfortunately, tear right through Spearman, most likely, alright? Hopefully, it went kind of to the south of the city, but unfortunately, there are definitely some areas, especially like southeast of Spearman, that probably got hit. I cannot speak, sorry, that got hit pretty hard by this, okay? Now, unfortunately, I could not go live during this event. I was actually filming and editing my 1,000 subscriber special, because that's coming up really quickly. But this tornado is down to radar indicated, but we do have a new tornado warning issued now that includes the southwest side of Perryton, Texas. So anywhere in that tornado warning, seek shelter now on the lowest floor of a building, away from windows, and in an interior room, preferably. Okay, now, for a few moments, this could have been a strong tornado, alright? We were talking about winds very high, very impressive velocity couplet there, especially once it got past Spearman. So luckily, whenever it was at its strongest, it mainly just ripped through open fields, but still, I mean, we could be talking about a decently strong tornado that did just rip through that region there. I believe that would be, Hansford County. So, again, we did just have a tornado rip through Spearman, Texas, if you're just tuning in. And that is heading up towards Perryton very soon. Now, this is likely going to go to the south of Perryton, but if you're in Perryton, don't take any chances. Whenever this storm gets you, you need to take cover, because I'm sure everybody in Perryton remembers last year's big-time tornado. Now, you're not going to see anything like that out of this supercell, especially because the tornado is probably going to miss you, but it still has the very real potential to recycle and produce another tornado. We can see for a while it had a very impressive hook echo. It was, unfortunately, a rain-wrapped tornado, so it's very hard to see. We've also got another supercell just off to the southeast of that, close to Canadian, that's rotating pretty good, and that is warned already for 2-inch in diameter hail and 70-mile-per-hour damaging winds. So if you're in that warning box, also be taking cover on the lowest floor of a building, away from windows in an interior room in Locust Grove, Barton Corners, and Lipscomb, because that's also a very strong storm there, alright? Now, we did have quite a few tornado warnings in between streams. The one I was zoomed in there on was the one in Cove City, because off to the south and east of Cove City, we do have a tornado warning. I believe this was closer to the actual, Cove City region earlier. Actually, no, this is further southwest. But yeah, we do have a tornado warning for that area now off to the southeast of Cove City. It's going to remain in effect for the next 15 minutes. This storm is also capable of producing tennis ball-sized hail as it heads for Collier. One of the big threats today that we talked about last stream is actually the hail, alright? We're talking about widespread hail up to softball size, likely, across portions of Texas and Oklahoma tonight, and that's definitely coming to life here. Those were the words that were used in the National Weather Service's Tornado Watch. And then for the one up in Kansas, it was scattered hail up to softball size likely. So still very concerning there. But again, the main hail threat is going to be down centered around Texas and Oklahoma here. This outbreak has definitely overperformed. We are now officially at a tornado outbreak. And wow, okay, that supercell recycled very quickly. We gotta watch this here. Again, if you are included in this tornado warning, please be getting to your tornado safe spot right now. Again, this is mainly going to stay on the southern side of the warning, but respect the polygon. Anywhere as far north as southwestern Perryton, Texas, please be getting into your tornado safe spot. This also does include Lord, Farnsworth, and Waka in the Texas Panhandle here. We're right along the Texas-Oklahoma Panhandle border there. So we're going to watch that incredibly closely there, obviously. We do have tons of severe thunderstorm warnings. We're at 13. A lot of them are very high-end ones, all right, especially this one near Collier for that tennis ball-sized hail that we did just mention. So, again, please do watch out for that. Definitely get indoors and as far away from windows as possible. And if you have time, get your vehicle inside, all right? Get your pets inside, because that's the kind of hail that can do some real damage whenever you get to tennis ball size. So you got to take that seriously. I'm going to go ahead and bring up the stream here. So if you have any questions about your location, feel free to leave those down below in chat. I'll try to answer them accurately and honestly. But yeah, again, this is now a tornado outbreak. These severe weather events recently have just been, today we're going to be watching at a moderate severe weather outbreak, maybe a couple tornadoes possible, and then boom, tornado outbreak. And that's exactly what today was, unfortunately. Luckily, we didn't have any, big-time strong tornadoes like the last couple events have. But it's still not great to have any tornadoes, obviously. By the way, a new mesoscale discussion is in effect. This was just issued 5 minutes ago. Areas in central Texas are going to be, you guys should be expecting a severe thunderstorm watch to get issued between now and 9:15 p.m. There's a 60% chance of it. Severe threat may increase into the evening time, all right? Again, that's a 60% chance of a watch. I don't think it's going to be a tornado watch. I think it's definitely going to be a severe thunderstorm watch, but still, you got to look out for that. You got to watch out for that. Okay, I'm sorry. But yeah, again, our rotation here in our storm south of Farnsworth at the minute's very impressive. Again, that previously produced a tornado, and I'd also be expecting a tornado warning in this area. And even though you're not under one, it doesn't matter. You're still in the path of a storm producing 2-inch in diameter hail. That's lime-sized hail and 70-mile-per-hour destructive wind gusts. So again, please do be taking shelter there. That can easily knock over tons of trees and power lines. It's going to shatter your windows. And overall, I mean, it's just not going to be a fun time, obviously. So again, please take that seriously and get to your safe spot. And again, this storm is really trying to recycle here. Southwest of Perryton. We're in a very messy correlation coefficient spot. There was never really any good way to detect if there was a debris signature on that or not. So we don't know, but we do know that it went through a very rural area, so that's good, and it would not surprise me if it didn't really impact too many people, except for Spearman. That obviously wasn't great, but it looks like it probably missed the main downtown area of Spearman, luckily, but still, the southeast side of the city likely got hit pretty hard here, so we need to be keeping those people in our thoughts and prayers. Again, that was a decent-sized tornado when it went through that region. And again, now just to the south of Farnsworth, it's trying to respin up another tornado. We do have storm chasers Vince Welty and even Connor Croft on this storm. I believe this was our same supercell that produced actually a couple of tornadoes last stream, if I'm correct. Maybe not. Never mind. I guess I'm not correct. We do have a new tornado warning now. That's actually for a storm all the way up here in Colorado. I've been watching this one not too closely, but I saw that it did get severe warning with a tornado possible tag, and now it's tornado warning. So Vernon, Colorado, please get to shelter immediately. Again, that's a tornado warning. This is a rotating supercell capable of producing a tornado at any minute, so please get to your safe spot now. Again, Vernon is the biggest and I believe the only town included in this warning. It's a very small area, in a very rural area, so that's good. It's not too often that we're talking about Colorado on this channel. And Colorado only had a marginal risk today, so that's kind of surprising. But yeah, that's a pretty intense storm there, so you gotta look out for that. So let's, sorry, I keep zooming in and zooming out, and I know it's annoying. Let's kind of focus mainly here on our storm that has previously produced a tornado near Spearman and is continuing to strengthen here. This may have actually been the cell that produced our tornadoes earlier today. So if it is, I mean, this is a supercell that just doesn't want to die, and it just keeps producing tornadoes, man. None of them have been, like, ridiculously strong or anything, but again, every tornado is a dangerous tornado. And if this does touch down, again, it does have a chance to be rain wrapped from one side, so don't go outside and try to look for this thing. Just take shelter. Do not wait to see the tornado. It is very close to being there, if not there. So, again, please do be taking shelter there. Again, I'm in Vince Welty and Connor Croft. They're dangerously close to this thing, guys. And now it's rotating even more impressively. Again, this is not good. If this were to drop a tornado, it could be one of the stronger ones that we've seen today, that's for sure. So we got to watch this incredibly closely here as this continues to rotate very strongly. The winds going away from the radar are very strong. The winds going towards the radar are relatively tame right now, luckily. So that's what's stopping this from producing a tornado if it has not produced yet. But that's the only thing stopping it. I mean, there's definitely room for this to grow as well, unfortunately. So, again, we're going to watch this very closely here. There's not even a point at looking at the correlation coefficient. We're not going to be able to see anything on it. So again, there is your velocity couplet and potential tornado trying to drop down at the moment. Taking a look at Vince's stream, it kind of just looks like it's a rotating wall cloud at this point, but there is a little bit of a lowering there as well, actually, it looks like. So, again, right now it's right over State Highway 376, or FM 376, rather. Again, this is to the southwest of Perryton, Texas. A city that not too long ago got hit relatively hard. Just last year, they got a massive EF3 tornado that did end up causing either 3 or 4 fatalities, I believe. And, I mean, it was one of the most photogenic tornadoes ever. There's beautiful videos of it. Specifically, the one by Freddie McKinney was really amazing. He's got a full story about that on his channel. It's so cool that that person, Freddie McKinney, has tuned into one of my live streams. Multiple of my live streams. That's so cool. So again, there's your tornadic circulation there to the south of Farnsworth at the minute. We just keep getting severe thunderstorm warnings, man. Right now we're about 6.5 miles south of Farnsworth, Texas. We're up to 17 severe thunderstorm warnings at the beginning of this stream. Only 11 minutes ago, we were at 13. And by the way, for some reason the sound didn't go off, but we do have a tornado warning now for this area. Brandon Kopic's on the storm. I have to say this area because it's really not near any towns to the south of Cove City. So now there's 2 relatively dangerous storms near Cove City capable of producing a tornado that you should be seeking shelter in. Back up to our tornado warning in Colorado. Not too much immediate tornado potential, but again, you should be in your safe spot because that is some pretty dangerous circulation there near Vernon. So Vernon, please do get to your safe spot immediately. Do not walk, run to shelter. Again, there you go. There is your tornadic circulation. Again, south of Farnsworth. Again, pretty impressive. And it has previously produced a few tornadoes. Quite a few tornadoes, actually. Apparently, this storm near Lubbock did have a confirmed report of a 73-mile-per-hour wind gust in the city of Lubbock. And that was only 20 minutes ago. And in fact, if we look at the historical radar data, we can actually see that. Oh, never mind. We can't see that because it says no radar history data found. Oh, that's actually because the Lubbock radar is out. That's why. Gotcha. Okay. Well, it would have been pretty interesting to see that from the Lubbock radar. Probably a very impressive storm. Okay, now this circulation, it wasn't too crazy. It's tightening, though, for sure. So again, this is the one south of Cove City, about to cross over Highway 23. Please do be taking shelter here. Again, this is a very dangerous storm. Again, we got 4 tornado warnings right now across parts of Texas, Colorado, and Kansas at the moment. And there, again, is some pretty decent inflow on this storm here, which is creating a bit of a hook shape near Waca, Texas, which is not what we like to see, because that can indicate a very high tornado potential with a specific storm. Again, there's your tornadic circulation. I did a very bad job of circling that on the reflectivity. Whatever. Again, Vince Welty and even Connor Croft, they are both dangerously close to this thing. And that is pretty dangerous rotation right there. Vince, I mean, again, he's got an amazing look at the actual storm structure at the moment on his stream. He had an incredible video of the tornado last stream, or one of the tornadoes last stream anyway. If you didn't check that out, I highly recommend it. The storm is getting a little bit more impressive. And wow. Yeah, look at that. That is an insane storm structure. Again, it's not really that crazy of a storm structure itself. It's just his view that he has of it. It's crazy. Just like last time. I mean, Vince Welty is the king of views today. Literally and figuratively, because he's also gotten a ton of views on his streams today. And he's still sitting at 500 almost. Earlier today he was at 800, and that's only on the Radar Omega app. On YouTube, he's in the high thousands. So, good for him. Again, the circulation on this storm is increasing. We are getting dangerously close to another tornado being produced by this supercell here, unfortunately. And again, there's really no point at looking at the CC here. Because not only is it in a pretty messy spot with a lot of contamination and hail, but also we're decently far away from the radar site, so we may not even see a debris signature pop up. Because we have to look super high up into the atmosphere. So there just may not be debris that high, even if it is lifting a little bit of debris. If that makes sense. By the way, our tornado warning off to the east of Gove City has expired. You're good to leave your safe spot, but remember, there's a massive hailstorm hitting you, and also damaging winds are associated with that. The storm south of Gove City, you need to continue to be in your safe place here at the moment. We're in a no data radar zone, unfortunately, so we can't really see what things look like, but from what we can see, it's pretty concerning. Especially in the reflectivity, we're getting quite a bit more inflow, and the velocities, what we can see, it's pretty bad. So, again, please get your tornado safe spot there. And again, there's your tornadic circulation. I know I've mentioned it several times, but southeast of Farnsworth, just for any new viewers. Possible tornado trying to spin up here southeast of Farnsworth, Texas. So there we go. And Vince has got an incredible view of that storm structure right there. So again, this is not good, guys. And again, this could quite possibly be rain wrapped, or at least wrapped in rain on one side, shielded by rain, I guess you could say. And again, there's quite a bit of inflow with this storm as well. So this is a very strong storm, definitely capable of producing a tornado soon if it is not already. So you gotta look out for this, and you gotta take shelter now. Again, Connor Croft is also very close to this storm. Another person that's tuned into one of my streams before. It's insane, man. It's crazy. Alright, so we do have a little bit of contamination there. It's not actually 116 mile per hour gust there, most likely. Still a dangerous storm that you really gotta watch, though. I mean, I'm literally watching it. I'm watching Vince Welty's feed of it right now. Again, I can't bring it up on stream for too long for copyright reasons, but, you know. Ugh, sorry, I gotta stretch out. I've been alive for a long period of time in total today. I guess not a period of time, multiple periods of time in total today. Again, we do have Storm Chaser Brandon Kopic on our storm there in Kansas that's tornado warned. It looks like he's got a really good view of that storm, which makes sense because he's also very close to that tornadic circulation there. It's a huge lowering. And wow, amazing cloud to ground strike there to stream. And that is a pretty dangerous storm there as well. I'm going to go and bring up our Burlington, Kansas cyclone port, and then we'll bring up as well Colleen, Texas. Oh, wow, is that a lightning strike? I think I saw it on there in the Colleen, Texas cyclone port just before we clicked off. There's a decently strong storm moving through the Colleen area right now, I believe. No? Okay. Just some showers. We probably didn't see lightning. If we did, it would have been from these storms down here near Round Rock. There's this severe one west of Austin. For $half sized hail, 60 mile per hour winds, and a tornado possible tag. It's actually starting to rotate pretty decent, or it has been rotating pretty decently, actually. starting to form a pretty good velocity couplet. We've also got a pretty strong storm in Austin, capable of producing 50-mile-per-hour winds and penny-sized hail. As that bottom description says there, these storms, well, this storm, but also the other storm, may intensify, so be certain to monitor your local radio stations and available television stations for additional information and possible warnings from the National Weather Service. And one of my jobs here is to relay that, so if you're tuned into this stream, then you are good to go. At least until I end stream, because I'd like to, but I cannot go live for forever. Again, pretty concerning rotation area there. Right over Highway 23 right now in kind of northwestern / central Kansas. There's a little itty-bitty warning inside of this polygon. That is weird. The National Weather Service has been issuing weird warning boxes today, or the past few days, actually. Yesterday they did, too. Like, what was the purpose of issuing that? And actually, that's not even a good spot, because there's not going to be severe storms for the next 71 minutes there. So I don't get it. Like, if it was just talking about that specific area for a different storm, it makes sense, because this warning expires in 11 minutes. Maybe nobody else is getting storms, but that little... Oh, no, this one expires in 11 minutes. Okay, that makes more sense. But still, they could have just kept that one warning, really. I don't know. It just seems weird. Alright, so let's go back up here to northeastern Colorado on our storm just to the southwest of Ray. Ray, Colorado, if you know, you know. Very famous tornado video there. Now everybody knows, I guess, but because I just explained it. Again, if you're new here, feel free to like and subscribe. You don't have to, but I would appreciate it. Again, we are getting dangerously... Why did I say dangerously? I'm so used to saying dangerously close during weather streams. We're getting excitingly close to 1,000 subscribers. I guess if you're a hater of this channel, I'm getting dangerously close to 1,000 subscribers. By the way, one of the new severe warnings that got issued was this one here in Colorado. This is a storm southwest of our tornado warning storm. This is for golf ball-sized hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds for Kirk and Joe's. Move indoors and away from windows immediately. Again, Colorado is getting hit surprisingly hard right now, considering only a sliver of the state was in the marginal risk, and they're getting tornado warnings, considerable severe thunderstorm warnings, multiple severe thunderstorm warnings, special weather statements, all sorts of stuff. Tons of lightning on a few of those storms. It's crazy. Alright, so again, we're going to continue to cover that supercell there in Colorado, and then also our one down here in Kansas. That's what I meant to say. And then, our storm near Perryton, you don't want to play around with this. It's still rotating very strongly here, you guys. And quite a bit of inflow in the spot where the rotation is. I feel like the warning just got condensed, but I don't see any differences. So, I don't know. Okay, yeah, much less impressive rotation now, luckily, but still stay in your tornado safe spot, because this could recycle. If you're in, like, Perryton, you're good at this point. We know it's not going to take a sudden northeast turn and hit you, and even if it does, I mean, it's not going to go far enough north, so it's not going to hit you, but it may take a northeast turn. And let's see here. Alright, well, we started this stream off with a tornado on the ground and pretty much immediately got downgraded, so now there's really not much for me to be talking about here. Again, we do have a storm in Trego County that is producing tennis ball-sized hail near Collier. It's on the edge of our tornado warning storm down here. I wouldn't be surprised if this area rotation did receive a tornado warning if it does intensify any, but we don't know if it will or not, so that's why they haven't issued one yet. and it might not. I'm just saying this is an environment where it's been proven that that can happen. So, guys, as we warm up, these severe weather events are getting crazier and crazier. I really don't think this tornado season is over. I really don't. I don't think we're done yet, I should say, with big-time tornado outbreaks. Alright. Again, this area here is trying to tighten up a little bit. Not too impressive yet, though, but, be on alert there. Just watch out. Oh, wait. That was a reflectivity scan that came in. The velocity scan now is actually showing that area getting less intense. It's kind of showing this area getting less intense, but actually maybe not. Because what this might actually do is try to form a tornado over here now. At this point, this is kind of our pocket of high winds. That's usually what happens with our leftover big-time windstorms that don't end up producing tornadoes, is they just turn into big pockets of wind for a little bit. That's kind of what's happening here. We're talking about gusts over 75 miles per hour. Now, that is half a degree into the atmosphere, but still, we're talking about hurricane-force winds, about 5,000 feet off the ground there. Maybe a little bit higher in the atmosphere, actually, because of the distance from the radar site, but as high up as 10,000 feet, at the bare max, there is hurricane force winds. And surface winds are still going to be intense, but they're not going to be like that. By the way, our tornado warning here in Colorado has been quickly removed. This area of rotation weakened out pretty fast. But we do actually have a severe thunderstorm warning for the Ray area now. I mean, that's been there for a little bit, but never mentioned it. Again, look at that area of rotation. It's pretty strong, but it's not tight enough. And our storm closer to Perryton, at this point, it's most likely not going to produce a tornado. But again, this little area here is going to end up producing a pretty big wind bag for people along Highway 70 here, 759, that intersection. Again, it's hard to tell what of this is contamination and what's not, but we could be talking about winds up to 80 miles per hour. Again, those are hurricane-force winds, half a degree into the atmosphere, about 5,000 feet. Again, maybe for the distance of the radar site, you go 7,500, 8,000 feet. But still, hurricane-force winds in the upper levels of the atmosphere there, or in the lower levels of the atmosphere, I should say. Surface winds are going to be very strong with that, so you should be in your safe place again. Possible tornado may occur with that, and then in addition, there's still baseball-sized hail occurring with that. That is still a massive threat there. New severe thunderstorm warning. That's in the tri-state area of Colorado, Nebraska, and Kansas. That's an extension for a storm near Ray, as continues to move northeast here, continues to race off to the northeast. Actually, that's for a different portion of the storm. But yeah, this area, this one includes the southeast side of Ray, the other one includes the northwest side of Ray. So, unfortunately, the entire city of Ray, Colorado is covered in severe warnings, both for golf ball-sized hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds, so make sure that you are getting indoors and away from windows in Ray, as well as all the other areas included in these severe warnings here for golf ball-sized hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds. Even this one closer to Kirk is for golf ball-sized hail. So again, move indoors and away from windows there. Okay, yeah, our storm near Perryton's done for its tornado threat anyway. But, again, the hail threat is still incredibly high. And it could recycle. It really does have a history of recycling. But I'm saying, like, the Perryton area in particular, you're done. Probably done for the night, honestly. By the way, we do have a new mesoscale. For parts of our tornado watch in Kansas and even parts of northwest Kansas that aren't in that tornado watch, and parts of Colorado as the threat there has increased, and even a sliver of Nebraska. Threat for large hail and damaging gusts increasing. Supercells capable of all severe hazards will likely continue. So things are getting worse up there in Nebraska, Colorado, and Kansas, but they're kind of calming down now in parts of Texas and Oklahoma. Still going to be quite a bit of action down here, just not quite as intense. I will say, this area's storms here pretty big. In eastern Texas, they're around Trinity, kind of in between Dallas and Houston, near Crockett, Centerville, Madisonville, Trinity, that whole area. You got a big line of storms there. It's going to be racing towards Palestine, Nacogdoches, and Lufkin. Let's quickly take a look at the state outage map, actually. I think that'll be fun. So currently we do have about 5,300 customers in Texas without power, actually over that, due to these Texas tornadoes. We got Oklahoma with about 323 customers without power. Kansas at 106, Colorado 275. It's nothing crazy, except for Texas is a little higher because it's gotten a few more strong tornadoes. Not strong tornadoes, but just a few more tornadoes in general. Actually, I think the only state that's gone to, I guess Kansas got one or two, didn't they? I was going to say the only state today that's gone tornadoes is Texas, but I think Kansas has gotten either one or two today. But yeah, not too many outages, luckily. Let's look at the specific counties that these outages are in. Nothing too specific, really. Kind of just general area. I will say Limestone County, Texas, you can tell they just got hit by some storms there by that number of power outages. Currently, we've got almost 2,000 customers in Limestone County alone without electricity. It's about 7.1% of the county there. As they have gotten hit by damaging winds, large hail, and especially the flash flooding. That makes it harder to repair the outages. This is actually a life-threatening flash flooding tag. Wow. Flooding will be a problem, a real problem for quite a few spots here today, especially in like Texas and Kansas, Oklahoma, spots that keep getting hit over and over again. That's usually how we wind up with big-time flooding, or at least it has been recently, and that is happening a little bit. Nothing too crazy, though. Alright, so our only tornado warning at this point is for the Perryton area. New severe warning. Up to 13 of those once again. That's about what we started the stream off with. So, I think actually what we're going to do here, you guys, is we're going to end off this severe weather coverage stream. I do want to thank you all for watching. It's been relatively eventful. Not as eventful as the other ones today have, but still, again, I want to thank you all for tuning in. We'll go live again if necessary, but at this point, it's probably not going to be. If I do go live, it'll be for the Kansas and Nebraska/Colorado area there, the tri-state region. So, again, thank you all for watching. I'll see you all in the next one.